How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to Lead Therapy, and thank you so very much for taking time for tuning in to the video. I'm sorry I haven't put out any videos in the past couple of days. I had some long overdue dental work that needed to be done, and yesterday morning they pulled 2 teeth and I have stitches in my mouth. And one other thing I'd like to say, if you guys can please do me a favor, I started my second channel, Boomer Tactical, and I'm going to leave a link in the description below, and if you could click on it and subscribe, that would be fantastic. And the Boomer Tactical channel is just going to be gun related and gun accessories and reviews, and still keeping this channel and doing Second Amendment news. Most of you should know by now that earlier this year the Supreme Court agreed to hear a case challenging New York's restrictive concealed carry regime. And in this story I'm going to talk about amicus briefs, and I'll put the definition up on the screen. Is someone who is not a party to a case who assists a court by offering information, expertise, or insight that has a bearing on the issues in the case. The decision on whether to consider an amicus brief lies within the discretion of the court, and this week there's been a lot of amicus briefs filed in this case. Representative Claudia Tenney of New York and the other 175 members of the U.S. House of Representatives who filed an amicus brief supporting the case. Representative Tenney and her colleagues in the U.S. House of Representatives declared their support because they have sworn an oath to the U.S. Constitution and have an obligation to defend and uphold those rights, recognized in the document, including the right to keep and bear arms. They urged the Supreme Court of the United States to restore the Second Amendment to its rightful place as a guarantee for all Americans. And then the very next day, Senator Ted Cruz and 24 other senators who filed an amicus brief supporting the individual fundamental right of self-defense outside the home. As detailed in the brief, the senators explain their support to the justices in direct terms because they have sworn to support and defend the Constitution and support the Second Amendment against depredations by any or all of the legislative, executive, or judicial branches of the federal or state governments. Further, they reaffirm their belief that the Second Amendment's guarantee of the right to keep and bear arms cannot be second-guessed by legislators across the country who simply disagree with the choice the framers made. So far 176 members of the House of Representatives and 25 senators are on board with these amicus briefs. But that's not all. 26 attorney generals have filed an amicus brief supporting this important case. And I'm going to put a list up to see if your Attorney General from your state is on this list, led by Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich and Missouri Attorney General Eric S. Schmidt. And the brief was joined by Attorney General Steve Marshall of Alabama, Ted Taylor of Alaska, Leslie Rutledge of Arkansas, Ashley Moody of Florida, Christopher M. Carr of Georgia, Lawrence G. Wasden of Idaho, Theodore E. Rokita of Indiana, Derek Schmidt of Kansas, Daniel Cameron of Kentucky, Jeff Landry of Louisiana, Lynn Fitch of Mississippi, Austin Knudsen of Montana, Douglas J. Peterson of Nebraska, John Formella of New Hampshire, Wayne Stenegem of North Dakota, Dave Yost of Ohio, Don Cash of Oklahoma, Alan Wilson of South Carolina, Jason R. Ravensborg of South Dakota, Herbert H. Slattery III of Tennessee, John Paxton of Texas, Sean D. Reyes of Utah, Patrick Morrissey of West Virginia, and Bridget Hill of Wyoming. These attorney generals confirmed that their support of this case stems from a special responsibility to safeguard their citizens' fundamental rights, including their right to bear arms in self-defense outside the home. They argued that citizens should not have to be murdered, raped, or robbed before they can avail themselves of their natural right of resistance and self-preservation. By then, it is too late. I hope everybody appreciates the over 225 people in our federal and state governments have filed these amicus briefs to help protect our Second Amendment rights. As always, please let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. And if you enjoyed the video, or if I gave you some information you didn't know, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit those post notifications. And I will see you in the next video.